And now it's time for The Doctor Is In.
Hi, I'm April Douglas for The Doctor Is In. Our guest today is Dr. James Slauterbeck from USA Health, and we are talking about an ACL injury. First of all, thank you for being here. Good to see you. What is an ACL injury?
ACL injury is a injury that happens usually non-contact. You're running, twisting, and you hear a pop inside your knee joint and a ligament tears.
Now, earlier you were comparing this to bingo. I need to understand this connection. What is the connection between an ACL injury and bingo?
So the connection is ACL injuries happen about 1 in 1,000 times. So if you take a bingo, one of those great big containers, you put 1,000 bingo balls in there, one of them says ACL injury. But every time you run and you plant and you cut, you play a game, you pull out a ball. But if you play 4 games on a weekend, you pull out 4 balls. And that's what's different about today's athletes and older athletes like myself who played 1 game a day and a couple of games or 10 games in a season. Now kids are playing 5 and 6 games on a weekend. They're pulling out too many balls too quickly, and that's how it relates to bingo.
So the more you play, the higher your risk factor goes up.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, who is more at risk? Is it male athletes or female?
It's actually females, much more.
Okay, why?
There's a lot of reasons, but it's what we would call a term multifactorial. And what it just simply means is there's a lot of reasons that react to it. One of them is family history, for example. Family history is more common in females than males, but it predicts about 5-time increased risk. Other things like the shape of the knee joint and the size of the ligament all favor male athletes who sustain less injuries.
And how does an ACL injury happen?
ACL happens usually when you're running. Your knee is about 10, 20 degrees of flexion, just a little bit of flexion. And when that happens and you twist, the ligament gets tension too much and it ruptures.
And I imagine it's higher in certain sports, for instance.
Yes.
Bowling, maybe not as much as soccer.
Yes. Right? So it's soccer and basketball that probably are the 2 highest risk sports. Gymnastics is also pretty high.
All right, and you've done this a long time. You've actually studied. This is your area.
This is my career pathway.
And for a long time. And have you seen it change, or is there treatment changes in how you treat people who have an ACL injury? We're going to get into that, though. We hope you'll join us on our Facebook page where you're going to stick around. We're going to answer more questions on ACL injury for The Doctor Is In.